Alright guys, welcome back to American Heritage Garage. In today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. Granted, I'm a car guy, but after running across some stuff on Facebook and Instagram, I got motivated to do something. If you follow me on those platforms, you may have saw that I pulled out my old BMX bike. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then we'll get started on cleaning this thing up. It's a 1994 GT Performer. I got it for my 10th or 11th birthday, I can't remember exactly. It was all I could ever want. I tried to take care of the bike as best I could, but just like most kids, as I got closer to 16, 17 years old, I started to get more into cars and less into bikes. So it got pushed aside, and there it sat until, well, about 2 weeks ago. So anyway, I got motivated and I bought myself a boatload of parts, and we're going to clean this thing up and get it about 80%, 90% back to original. So without further ado, let's get to it. So I think I'm going to get all the talking out of the way right now. I'm still waiting on some parts, but let me explain where we're going to be at. So as you can see, I did a little walk around. The bike has a lot of original stuff on it. There was some upgrades that I made. I put the Peregrine bars on. I changed the crank sprocket. The rims aren't original, okay? These are the wheels or the rims that were on the bike when I got it. And for some reason, which I'm very angry at myself about, I took them off, put rims on it, and I don't know where I put these, and I probably threw them away, and that's really frustrating because this whole world is, these are worth some money. So I had to pay to get these, which makes me angry. I do have the original GT handlebars. Let me see if I can get them out here. They are stamped. If you can see, they are stamped GT, so they're the real GT handlebars. I got a set of the GT tires, the original freestyle tires. I am going to do a couple upgrades. So I have new Tech 77 brake handles by Diacomp. Here is the original Odyssey Pitbull rear brake. We're going to put that back on. We got some Pitbull brake pads. I can only find one of the rear pegs. That's very frustrating too, because these are also very expensive now, so we'll see. I did get some grips. They are GT grips, and you can see they're GT grips. They're close to the originals, but I wasn't going to pay for the flangeless ones that were way too expensive. I'm going to upgrade to a GT three-piece crank, and then I'm going to put a Nippon front brake on it, so I have the spring-loaded brake. We got some Goodyear brake tubes, or excuse me, inner tubes. There's a few more things coming. I do have new gyro cables. I actually ended up buying a new gyro. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not yet. We'll see. Time will tell. I got a new chain for it. I think I'm going to use those pedals. These were originally painted black, but you can see this thing's got a lot of miles on it, so I might just clean these up and run them like aluminum. So we'll see as far as that goes. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to do a lot of talking in this video. I think I'm just going to kind of put some music on, and you guys can just watch what I do, and we'll take stuff apart, and I'll try to film anything important. One other thing, and I'm going to make a separate video, the rear rim is it doesn't sound too good when it spins, so we're going to go ahead and take these apart, both the axles, pull all the bearings out, replace them if necessary, re-grease them, so on and so forth, so everything spins nice and smooth. And I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the Peregrine bars or put the original GT bars back on. These really aren't in that bad a shape. This thing has been inside, so yeah, we'll kind of go from there and play it by ear. So sit back, relax. I hope you guys enjoy. So like I said, guys, I'm not going to do much talking. let's start taking this thing apart. If I find anything that's real important, I'm going to show you up close. If not, we're going to stay at about this distance and just start going to town. Alright guys, so it's all apart. We're going to go wash this thing up a little bit, see if we can't get it cleaned up. Then we'll take some measurements for the new decals. Yeah, start cleaning some of this other stuff up, figure out what we're going to do with the chrome. There's one thing I'm not sure about. I don't know if you can see, but the seat post is bent like twice. I don't know if I bent this when I was younger or if it's supposed to be like that. So if any of you guys know, let me know. So I got the Performer frame all cleaned up. It's definitely more worse for the wear than I thought. So I got some touch-up paint and we'll see what we can do. First thing I got to do is get these decals off. So I have one of these rubber wheels made by 3M. Let's see if I can get you a part number. I don't have a part number, but you can get them. 3M decal remover, adhesive remover wheels. Got them on an electric drill because it moves faster, just a junk drill. So we're gonna get to work on this, and yeah. that sanding. Alright guys, so we're going to shoot some of this gloss enamel clear coat in the giant turbo can. So we'll see. It's got a real wide fan, so I hope I don't run this stuff anywhere. So we'll see how this goes. This thing shoots crazy fast. Yeah, we'll see if I put too much on and made a giant mess. Yeah, it's a 10-inch fan spray. So, yeah, this thing's pretty cool. So we'll let that dry up for a little bit and hit it with another coat or two and let it dry, and we'll put some decals on it. Well, let's go take a look over at the bike here, hanging up. So, I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest with you. Like I said, I can see if I can try. Like if you look right there, that's a place where I touched up. I mean, really, I touched up kind of a lot. If you really look, you can see it. But, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with how this whole thing turned out, even down here. That's all been touched up with that car touch-up paint. So the clear coat's not perfect, but what do you expect from a rattle can? I'll do a little color sand with some 2000 or 2500. I started working on the forks over here. Pretty happy how these turned out. Again, not re-chroming, not spending that kind of money on this. Got the new stickers on. All I did was use a little bit of steel wool and some metal polish, and then I used my mini buffer. My Adams mini buffer right there. This is the paint I used right here. Paint Scratch. It's a company, www.paintscratch.com. I got a mess in the shop right now. That's part of today's plan once I get to a point that I want to stop. But yeah, I mean, really pretty happy with a little bit of elbow grease and some, you know, kind of stiff hands. But yeah, it is pitted. I mean, you can see that it's pitted a little bit, you know, and there is some spots on the inside right in here where there's still a little rust, but hey, this is a riding bike, so pretty excited how it's turning out so far. So I got the seat all cleaned up, seat post, seats cleaned up, so that's good. I really want to run these Paragrind bars, but I don't have a ton of faith that they're going to clean up that well. It's maybe a little hard for you to see, but they're pretty rusty. And like I said, not spending a ton of money for chrome and stuff. So we'll see. I do have the original GT bars. I think I showed you that. These are in a lot better shape. So these might be what end up getting used. We'll see. Surprisingly, pretty happy with how these ended up turning out for as rusty as they were. It didn't even really take me that long. I just used 3/0, 4/0, 3/0 and 4/0 steel wool with some Chemical Bros, the Chemical Guys heavy metal polish. There's some fairly decent pitting down in this crossbar, like to the point where I can feel it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use these or if I'm going to use the factory ones. I don't know. I mean, these are pretty cool for sure. That old school look. So, I don't know. We'll see. Frame, I gave it the last coat of clear coat. I mean, it's had 3. Pretty happy overall. There is a little bit of orange peel, but hey, it's rattle can clear coat. So, like I said, a little color sanding and a good buff and polish and wax will clear this thing up pretty nice, I think. Make it look good. Yeah, those big cans of spray paint aren't too bad. I figured it'd come out too fast and I'd have a bunch of runs down here like dripping off the dropouts, but I don't. Coverage is good. Covers quick, dries quick. I mean, I'm not going to mess with it anymore today. I'm just going to let it sit here hanging. Let it dry. I mean, if it's dry enough, I might even take it and put it in something with heat. I mean, it's dry to the touch for the most part, so yeah, we'll see what I decide to do. But anyway, I'm going to clean up the GT bars, and that'll be the last of the chrome that I have to clean up, and pretty much at that point it'll just be finishing up the frame, polishing some more stuff up, and deciding where we're going to go from there. The Performer is off the hanger. It's all clear coated. Pretty happy with how it turned out. We got it wet sanded, so it's nice and dull right now. Really happy with how the touch-up came out. Like I said, I was a little skeptical because the paint color wasn't right, but you'll see in a lot of places you really wouldn't be able to tell if you even, I mean, if you look really close. But so what we're going to do is we're going to spend about 20-30 minutes on this thing, give it a good buff and polish with the Adams mini polisher. Some of the tighter areas up in here I'll do with a hand rag. We're going to be using compound and polish. Then we're going to put some stickers on this thing, and we're going to throw a coat of wax on it, and then we're going to put it together. So I'm pretty excited. So I'll give you a quick look before I shut you down for right now and just get to work. That's kind of the dull, flat, post wet sanding clear coat right there. And then this is just after one round of rubbing compound. Pretty good shine. You can see a little white in the paint. It probably came through a little bit. Guys, I didn't touch every single thing up, and I'm really excited with how this is going to turn out. Remember, I'm riding this bike. This isn't a show bike. This isn't for sale. This is me doing some quick and easy, make it look better than it's sitting in the barn for 100 years. So I'm gonna get to work, and we'll see each other in a little bit. All right, guys. So we got the frame all done. Real happy with how it turned out. It'll look better in the sun, but I think you can see the glare pretty good. Some of the spots I touched up I'm not as happy with. It's hard to tell from here. Like right in here, I don't like the way they didn't really seem to gloss up, but it's alright. Like I said, some clear coat does wonders. A little bit of elbow grease. But yeah, it's got a good sheen to it. I'm not going to put stickers on tonight. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. We'll go home and relax a little bit. But yeah, pretty excited to get this underway, get it back together, and go do some wheelies. We're going to get a little sticker action going. Got everything measured. Hopefully we can do this without goofing anything up. We'll see how it goes. A little fast forward action here. Okay, looking good. Brand new decals on. That was quick and easy. They look pretty good. This GT might be a little low, but I don't think I'm going to try and peel it up. I think it'll be all right. The other one's a little bit higher, but hey, you only see one side of the bike at a time, right? That's how it works, I think. Okay, guys, so we're going to get ready to start assembly here. I don't trip on stuff. So we have our head tube and our bottom bracket all greased up. So we are going to be putting a 3-piece crank in this. So we do have the sealed bearings, okay, to fit in there. So I did get a new old school gyro detangler, Gyro 2. So unfortunately it's the shiny one, it's not the black one like it was originally on here, but I think it'll still look nice. It was the only one I could find, and yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure the old one that I took off of this thing was not all that straight. So I'm going to make sure that this one is straight. So now there's a company named Park Tool that makes a tool for pressing like bearing cups and whatnot in. I don't have one, and I'm not going to buy one. And I don't want to just hammer these things in. So what I did, is I got a piece of threaded rod, okay, with some different size washers, and then a nut on each end. So we're going to take this threaded rod, we're going to put it through, and we're going to set it on the cup, and we're going to make sure that our washers are a little bit bigger than what we're pressing in, or at least the equal size. And then we're going to thread these nuts down together with 2 wrenches. In this case, they're 1/2 inch nuts, or 1/2 inch threaded rod, so we're going to use a 3/4 inch wrench on here. And we are going to get this nice and straight. Then we'll go to town on this thing. We'll check it as we go, and it should. Now, same thing for the bottom bracket. Some guys talk about pressing both in, some talk about pulling one in at a time. In this case, I'm just going to pull one in, so I have a bigger washer. As far as using the spacer tube, that's a lot of questions. A lot of people talk about that and never seem to have a good answer. Some people say use it, some people say you don't need it. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't decided. You know what, I think for the sake of me and what I'm going to be riding, I'm not even going to put this thing in. I'm just going to let it go. We are using the GT Repop Pro Series crank. That kind of hang out there. Let me put our upper cable stop. That's going to slip down into the. That'll slip down into the forks. Give another little touch of anti-seize. Put our washer down, and then our lock nut. And we're going to go ahead and put our stem in. Little anti-seize on that, trust me. I know some of you guys are going to be mad at me, but I decided to go with the original bars. They just cleaned up nicer. That's all there is to it. Alright guys, so I'm finally getting back on the Performer. I'm not going to finish this video tonight because I'm still waiting on pegs. So quick story, take a time out from building for a second. I wanted to keep the old fat GT T26 pegs that I originally bought as a kid. I only have 3 of the 4 that I originally had. Don't ask me, I don't know, I've looked everywhere. I found one with the original rear brake caliper. I have no idea. So anyway, I found a set on eBay, brand new set, both in the packages. I was pretty excited. And I paid pretty good money because you guys, if you're watching this video, most likely you know that all these bike parts are super expensive. So I paid good money, new old stock, original stuff, never been put on a bike. And long story short, I bought those over 15 days ago. The shipper claimed he shipped them. He would not respond to my emails with a tracking number, and I still haven't received them. I understand that there's a lot of crazy things in the world, but I've sent 3 emails and I haven't seen or heard hide or hair of this guy. So I'm pretty sure I got scammed, and that's a first. And I buy a lot of stuff online throughout all the resources that are online. So I'm pretty bummed. So I found another set and I purchased them, and what I did was I took my 3 pegs that I have right here, and I cleaned them up real nice. They actually cleaned up pretty well. They're not real banged up or anything. They all look pretty good. So I'm going to pick the best 2, and I'm going to put the rear wheel on tonight, get the chain set up, put the chain tensioners on, maybe mess around with the gyro and set that up once the tire's on, or the wheel's on. We'll see. And then we'll put the front wheel on when I get the other pegs, hopefully tomorrow morning. But this has really slowed down this whole resto rebuild deal for me, so I'm kind of bummed, but whatever. eBay's going to give me my money back, long story short. So anyway, I'm going to look at these, pick the best 2, and we're going to put this on, and I'm going to shut up and just go to work. pretty happy with that. All right, guys, the Performer is finally done. The only thing I regret about this is not waiting until I had all the parts in hand to start this put back together rebuild process. So it's a little bit choppy and it drug on a little longer than I was hoping. It's too dang cold to even hardly ride the thing. But regardless, we're going to take a little walk around and then we'll end this video. So I hope you guys like it. Alright guys, there you have it. The 94 GT Performer is all finished. Let's talk real quick about what's original and what's not. Grips, not original. They are real GT grips. Went with the Tech 77 levers. The original Odyssey ones were no good, super loose. Went with the original bars. Might clean up the Peregrinds and put those on. Stem is all cleaned up and original. Obviously cables are not the original cables. Front brake is not the original Odyssey. It's a Diacomp Nippon. The pegs, one set's original, one I had to buy. Original to me purchasing it, not to the bike. Forks are original. Decals obviously not original. Seat post is original. Seats original. The pedals are old pedals I had. They're not the original to the bike. These had the bear cages. The Power Series repop crank is definitely not original. The sprocket is original. I put it on, but it's not original to the bike. And then the fan mags are not the original to this bike, but obviously the original to a bike of this age. And the rear brake is the original Pitbull. So other than that, that's about everything. I've had so much fun doing this. It almost feels weird to sit on it. I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to get out and ride this thing, you know, take care of it a lot better than I did when I was 14 or whatever, or 12. So I'm excited overall. Like I said, going to get out and ride this thing, have some fun. Probably hurt myself, but hey, that's okay. So anyway, I got some other stuff with bikes coming up, and I got more car stuff coming up. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please subscribe if you like the video and you like all my other videos. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, whatever, please do so. Thumbs up if you like it. And I appreciate it, guys, as always. Until next time, we'll see you out here at American Heritage Garage.